Hey, Ruba, welcome. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Apologies to anybody watching for the later stream. It took me a little longer than expected. I only finished eating at 1:15. There we go. Miyakoa, welcome. Dysprosium and Code. Celtic, I hope you're all doing very well today. Welcome to the chat. How are we all doing? What were you eating? Steak. The butter I basted it in, Brian, sorry, pepper's gone down my throat. The butter I basted it in exploded because my knife slipped and I just fucking thumb smashed all of the butter sauce and it just fucking went all over me. So, yeah. It was less the food exploded, more I'm completely incompetent at eating, I think. I am a grown adult. I am definitely 26 years old. Superheated butter. Yes. Yummers. Welcome, Static as well, and Gatekeep. Hope you are all doing well. Welcome. I also had 2 eggs with it and some cheese. It was very good. What we were doing today, we are doing more farming. We are waiting for the last of the crops to grow. Once these crops have grown, we can begin killing again. So today we're focusing on some more nimble as well as some more tracking, which we're going to start leveling up again tomorrow. Hello, Lou. Welcome. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Love patch days. Ah, yes. Yeah, the book changes will have messed up a shit ton of mods. Absolutely. Any core change like that will fuck shit up. If you haven't already voted on the poll, by the way, I don't know if the poll is closed. I don't think it is yet. Do vote on the poll. It does seem by like a landslide, restoring the settings to 0.04 is going to happen. This is honestly for the best. The poll is in the Discord in stream announcements. It's a rat race poll. But since the majority of you watch Rat Race, you would fall under the Rat Watchers category in the Rat Race Discord. Therefore, you are all equally entitled to making a vote based on the poll as watchers of Rat Race. I personally, part of me would love for higher books, to be able to get more books. But to keep the challenge intact, I personally want it to go back to 0.04. What you do the Rat Race? I literally watch the Rat Race on my PC. I watch Mr. Badger do the Rat Racing. There is no future suffering for me, Gatekeep. I currently play the game on 0.04 because that's the default setting. Oh, I also totally missed your message. Welcome, Morgan. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. I have 2 trapping books, what the fuck? Can I rip out, like... 40 of a pages and make trapping 2, please. Any rats racing yet? When's that happening? Funnily enough, I did do that before. I just yet to do it again. I actually created rat races here. Every update to be done with a challenge so fast. It feels against the spirit of a challenge. Interesting, because Shivas actually would have some of the worst settings among all of us, even if updated static. Because Shivas is so late in the game. So it won't actually make a colossal difference outside of LSU and the school here. So, I mean, if Shivas was able to rush LSU and then the community school here, yeah, we'd probably be fairly cooked. Although most of the military books, like reloading and aiming, unless he already has them, would still be really hard to get. Reddit has a lot of indie stone sinks and should sell the game post. Doesn't feel organic. I think it feels most weird that they're popping up now with us having a whole year of steady patches after 3 years of nothing. Like, why? Because the game's been out for a really long time. Like, these posts happen. They're very up and down, but they happen. Whether it's in the Discord or on the Reddit, like, I mean, Reddit's full of people that fucking hate anyway. Also, Kelper, Malisim, welcome. Good to have you guys here. I hope you're doing very well. And holy, yes, 70 stream streak value. God damn. Like, I'm not against people complaining about wanting the game sold off to another company or some shit, like, as long as in the end they don't actually do that, I don't really care, because I would rather they didn't. Because then we'll end up with Project Zomboid battle passes, and I don't really want PZ battle passes. But after a year of improvement, it feels phony, like the track records improved. Nah, it's not. It's not. And it's not new. It's just being relatively isolated to Discords for the most part. And then it is inflated as a result of an incredibly poor quality update. Because 42.13 was exceptionally poor quality as far as their updates go. So... yeah, this is my longest run, Joshua. Anyone finger the poor shareholders? No! Oh, let me just wipe my tears with even more money. Oh, hello, what the hell are you doing here? I'm on version 42.12.3. Your KMD. Welcome. Good to have you here. Welcome to the chat for the first time. We almost had nothing. We've almost had monthly patches lately. I don't know. I'm enjoying myself. Start a new game every month. That is. Yeah, but that's also like an equally irritating thing. Like, the game's intent is for you to live a long time. For most players to make it a year takes about a month. Welcome, Bitrix. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. The thing is, I understand both sides of it. I don't think the method of hate people are using for the game is very effective. But there needs to be some serious criticism at the moment. Definitely. No, I've not tried a new update. Like, I'll be the first person to say whether an update is good or bad, right? I've not really looked into 42.14 yet. I've not had the time. But, like, the way... No, you can go back in code. Mechanically, the game will be a bit different, sure, but, like, you could definitely go back. They changed hearing, so not pinpoint hearing. So now pinpoint hearing is even more accurate. Oh god. Like, I don't know, More quality control needs to be in the updates, if anything. I don't care, like, in the most generous of terms, I don't care that an update is unstable or not. The quality assurance currently is subpar. For people to be finding these bugs, generally within a day, sometimes, it's not great, you know. Aren't we meant to find the bugs? In some cases, yes. In other cases, we've had bugs that are literally in our faces. Let me turn down the music, it's really loud. A great example, zombie luring, version 42.13. Zombies' ability to sense you across the entire map, all of a sudden, was dialed up to 100. This took... Okay, it was fixed in 42.13.2. This fix, which was generally, if you played on really high population, considered fairly game-breaking, meant it took 1 month and 8 days to be fixed. Now, I understand, bug fixing takes time, but they also hot-dropped multiplayer just before Christmas. They gave us a hotfix a week later, which is appreciated, and then they disappeared. The bug existed in single-player, though, Gatekeep, but you would only have experienced it on really high population in single-player. Like, there's a reason that, like... there's not a lot of Rat Race version 42.13. There's a huge reason a lot of... I mean, aside from, you know, generally within the top 10, people didn't update because we have ongoing long runs. But there is also a reason why 90% of us that have died since do not go back. What hearing settings? Most of the hearing stuff is set to normal Malison. The hearing range, so in which if zombies hear noise, they will travel up to 500 tiles on the multiplayer server, but only 500 tiles. The thing is, car sound wasn't increased. Are you excited to reach 3 years? I'm looking forward to it, yes. It'll be good. I'm not getting the XP from these tracks. No, car sound wasn't increased, no. I don't know if CDDA has become harder. The thing is, I don't mind issues that generally aren't like... Oh, another good example. The rate of which sickness was increasing. Being near dead bodies, the rate at which sickness was increasing was a bug, I do 100% believe. Yet this isn't noted in the logs, that they intentionally changed it. And then it also isn't noted that they fixed it in the latest update, however it appears to be fixed. So with them adding a new trait of motion sickness, they broke how sickness stacks. And then when they've removed motion sickness in the latest, sickness seems to have stabilized again. It's like they're adding things and removing them one update after another, rather than like actually, like these things don't require much playtesting to know. It takes about an hour. Like, again, actively fighting or doing things in-game. These things do not take long to notice. Most of us had noticed this within the first 2 days. And, like, again, I'm more than happy to be like, yeah, they do good updates. Most of the updates prior to this were good. Most of my issues prior to this were because I had mods. And then my game would break as a result of mods, and I'd be like, oh, well, that's my fault. You get over it. It's like, eh. Bit shit, whatever. Move on. I play on 16 times population, Rainy. Yeah, but if you wore gas masks, you also could just infinitely wear a single gas mask as they weren't actually using respirators correctly. Like in version 42.13.2, respirators were not being used correctly when installed, therefore were not actually being utilized. So you could get one gas mask and you now had an infinite gas mask. Caffeine pills. You could stay awake infinitely if you had a box of caffeine pills. You would have one and then it would keep you awake for multiple days. Like, I'm not against changes, and I'm not against betterment of the game, obviously. It feels like so much stuff are problems that were like... just simply didn't need to exist. Sips was doing caffeine clearing the other day. Brilliant. Like, it's such an obvious... I get it. They're not going to have the time to test all of these things. That's not really a detriment to the game. But... what... how has that happened in an update when they haven't tweaked anything to do with them? I think sickness was probably my biggest gripe, but... I mean, the sickness one is one of the reasons that I never wanted to go to version 42.13 if I died. So then it's poor management, which is equally an issue that I'll complain about. Like, fundamentally, for some of these issues, I'll have an answer for just about anything that comes up. Right? Like, because it's kind of the point. Like, there are very key things here that deserve criticism. You know, like, just because I criticize it doesn't mean I don't like it, and it doesn't mean that you have to agree, but it means that I'm being critical of something I enjoy and like, you know? No, I don't have respawns on. Welcome, George. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. It's like... I don't know what this recent update's like yet. I've not given it a go. I don't plan to give it an outright go anytime soon. Because, again, we've got Sherry. No. Of course I'm not wishing the downfall of the devs, because I enjoy the devs and what they do. I just wish they put a little bit more care into the actions they made. Because people will doom post about how they don't want shit if people do stuff like this. This isn't like, oh, you know, we've decided that we're going to start doom posting now because shit isn't... The game's not the way I want it to be. Like, it's a long time coming. Like, it doesn't take very long for people's opinions about a game to change. Most games die within 2 months of them coming out. Hell, what was the game called? It died in like 2 weeks. It was called like Wild something. Let me find it. It's on my wish list. Nah, Palworld's still fairly active. Palworld still has 33k concurrent players, 25k playing right now, and 45k in the last 24 hours at its peak. That's a still very alive game. No, I'm talking this game died hard. And it wasn't like a triple, it was a very decent received game that died because of updates within the first 2 months. Because the thing is, people are tired of slop games. And so much stuff we get on the market at the moment is slop. And then we get updates, and updates are normally fairly sloppily put together. Like, why is the new norm day one patches? Why is that the first thing we expect? Wildgate, that's what it was called. Right. Wildgate currently has 29 players playing it right now. This game came out July 22nd. In the last 6 months... Okay, so in August... On August 18th, the player count had been slashed down from its initial release. To be fair, apparently its peak was 8,000, despite having an awful lot of followers and wish lists. Was quartered. Another month exactly to the date. That then was cut down from 1,800 to 300. And then pretty much since then, the peak has been sitting around 50 players a day. This was a game with a shit ton of potential, killed by poor updates. A shit ton of potential. No, but they don't stink, because Project Zomboid's made by Western developers, and it's good. Like, putting everybody in a box is equally as damaging. Concord. I've heard a lot about Concord, but I actually don't know anything about its release. I just knew it flopped. I never pre-ordered because I got burned so many times. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it just feels like a lot of consumer trust has been lost from the gaming industry in general. Like, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not exactly a major pessimist with it, but, like, I'm certainly not, like, optimistic about a lot of things anymore when it comes to games that are coming out. I'm like, oh my god, this is going to be great. It's going to be like, oof, how long before this dies? Because that's the thing. That stops me buying a game now. It's like, alright, how long before this game flops? How long will I get to enjoy this game? Will I get the longevity? And will I be able to randomly pick this game up in 2 years' time again and be like, ooh, this was really fun. Let me try that again. Those are all things I consider buying a game these days, and most of the time it just isn't worth spending the money on anymore. Which sucks. Ah, there's the rabbits. So yeah, obviously when people like... I don't think anybody's opinion on Reddit should be taken, like, at all. Like... To me, Reddit and Twitter are equally shit cesspools. I think... I don't waste my time on either of them. I don't waste my time on Instagram. I don't waste my time on Facebook 90% of the time. Like... They're just... See, even with me right now, I've got an opinion, and you know what? I don't even give a fuck about my opinion. Like, just because I say things, I don't think I'm right. Obviously, to some people I'm right, to some people I'm wrong. That's how it works. But like, I just don't... I'd rather turn my head and ignore morons. Hey, Skeet. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. I'd say there are yearly exceptions. Like, there are companies that prove good games can be developed and produced yearly. There's always a banger, at least, every single year. There's one game that everybody's like, ooh, that's really good. Fuck, Expedition 33. That was an incredible story game. That is one of the first story games I've sat down and enjoyed, not streamed, cried at, and, like, felt a genuine emotion to a point where, like, it stuck with me. Like, at least for the last year. Like, even when, like, stuff of it comes up these days, I'm like, oh my god, that's brilliant. I fucking remember doing that. That's so cool. Or, like, the music, it's on my Spotify playlist, because so many of the soundtracks from that game are phenomenal. Like... And yet... Obviously, yeah, indie company look good. Like... Haha. But, like... Yeah, but GTA 6 isn't gonna be great. I've never understood, like, GTA 4, fun game. GTA 5, kind of fun sandbox game a bit. Multiplayer's okay. Like, but there's so much greed with, like, shark cards in that game and shit, like... I don't know, GTA's a bit, like... Like, GTA story stuff, at very least, is very cookie-cutter. And I don't feel like GTA 6 multiplayer will have the same success GTA 5 multiplayer has done. Because really, all they can do with it is reinvent the wheel, I feel. Mendy for Freedom, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. I hope you're doing very well. And I hope you enjoy the free badge-based emotes you unlocked yourself for following. Mendy, I'm chasing rabbits by sneaking behind them. This improves my tracking and my nimble slightly. Because I'm trying to get my tracking to level like 8. Like how Red Dead 2 steals a lot of the plot points from Tombstone and totally gets away with it for some reason. I mean, I didn't even play Red Dead. It's going to be the same one-note game. Yeah, like... The most exciting thing for me about Red Dead is I currently have one of 2 predictions correct. I said the game would get delayed. I predicted the game's delay. I thought it'd get delayed back till about November. Right? My next prediction was that the PS6 would come out within 3 months of its release. This, however, I don't think will happen anymore. Still a lot of plot points until it gets away with it. I don't think, like, rehashing a story... Like, I don't know what Tombstone is. Like, I don't know all the ins and outs of Tombstone, okay? So, take this with a grain of salt. But, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with rehashing a story. I think there's a problem with plagiarism. But I don't think there's an issue with taking plot points from other story devices. Did we just get 2 raids at the same time? Welcome, 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 Raiders. Lord Jessa TTV and Alphasaurus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope both of you raids are doing very well. Welcome, Raiders. I hope you've both had very good streams. We will shout both of you out in just a moment. But yes, it is a double raid. But yeah, like... I think, like, the games can be fun. I don't think there's any problem with thinking those games are fun, per se. Welcome, Nightfire, Alpha, Jezza. Hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to the chat today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But, yeah, I don't hold a lot of stake on these games anyway. Like, I'm not like, ooh, these are really good games. Like, ooh, yeah. But adapting a story a different way, like, okay, if there are plot points that are similar, fair enough. But, like... should watch it. It's a good movie, lots of great actors. It's a classic Western film. Ah, I see. Hello, Harry. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'll see about giving it a watch, but... this is build 42, yes. I don't really watch movies, honestly, so... I'm improving my tracking skill and I'm about to improve my farming skill, Joshua. Right, we need to come out here and do... we need to collect some flint at the moment. So I think I might get a club hammer and start collecting flint each day now. Because I need to get prepared for war. That's cool. Hey Michael, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Thought in 2 years you'd have everything maxed. No, because the settings have reduced XP gain. We're doing a challenge, Mendy. If you're not familiar with Rat Race, that is the challenge we are doing. The longest I've ever survived is 2 years, 9 months, 15 days. Sorry, 2 years, 9 months, and 16 days as of 20 minutes from now in game. Holy 5 months, Gear. Thank you very much for the 5 months of subscribing, Gearson. Appreciate that very much. I hope you enjoy another 30 days of ad-free viewing as well as access to all the badger-based emotes. This is incredibly generous of you to be here for 150 days. We're nearly half a year. We're 4 months away from a stream, baby. God damn. I don't, like... I also wouldn't really care that much about that either. I know, obviously, it's always a bit the whole French thing. I've got French family. It's about 200 kilometers added on top, Lou. Roughly, that we need to add for my distance traveled prior. So it's close enough. I don't run any events yet, but I would like to at some point, Michael. I just don't want to try organize things while I'm doing a big challenge. No, 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 I'm not French. I have French relatives. I'm entirely British. He probably just has high blood pressure. If you come into my workplace, we'll take your blood pressure reading, Harry. Do you know why you're getting dizzy and you feel like not spinning, but dizzy like side to side, if that makes sense? It's all the fucking teleporting you do as a Symmetramain. Yo, it's raining. Oh, the rain stopped immediately. Bruh, what? The radiation from the turrets and shit frying your brain. Oh, it's raining heavy. Nice. My crops are getting the water they need. Wait for 42.15 when local water sources dry up in the dry. Honestly, I would love to see something like that. Or like river reduction. Like the Ohio River getting smaller in like the summer could be really cool. I think that, like, these are changes that I would love to see, even, like, buggy. Because I feel like we're getting changes that are, like, changes that exist for so long. Like, I guess I hate change. But it just feels like fundamental things are being tweaked. Me no likey. I mean, I do eventually. Right, I need a club hammer. I'm sorry, where the fuck is my club hammer? Where is my ball? I'm running out in the road. There is a car. And it is going to hit me. Ah. No, really. Oh, here's my club hammer. Oh, the head is, reasonably fucked. Disassemble medium implement. And then assemble. Do I not have a medium handle? Can I turn that into a medium handle? Carve medium handle. Yes. Medium implement. Boom. There we go. That'll be good quality. Do the hammer. Oh, is that a change alpha? That's cool. Okay, I like that change. It's a BF pistol. Alright, big fucking pistol. Have you considered you potentially have an ear infection? Or you just have, like, clogged ears and you need to fucking drain your ears? Because if it's dizziness, that's a pretty damn good candidate for dizziness. Ton of crafting functionalities are coming back to right click. I don't mind having both. What I don't like about the barricade change is leaving the option on right click. If I right click a window, don't give me the option to hover over barricade, remove it entirely and just put it in the build menu. Don't have it there edging me, making me think I can barricade the old way. Like, get rid of it. Just have it in this window here instead. Sorry, you can't see that when I move. Like, just have it here. So I'm thinking it could be super minor like that, so see. But the thing is, 111 won't just be able to tell that. Like, you could literally just buy some olive oil drops and try clear your ear out. Or, like, order an ear camera from Amazon and take a look in your own ear. Like, that gives you a pretty damn good idea. And it'll save you, like, potentially wasting people's time. Plus lets you know something that will be your issue in the future, you know? Like, it's worth getting checked, but, like, if it's still light and not severe, like, there's a lot of at-home things you can check. Like, if it gets urgent, you know, contact 111. But it is a bit odd if it's the first time it's ever happened to you, though. Oh, wow. There's quite a few Zeds. Did my machete just fucking break immediately? Oh, it did. There's a legit Badger hospital in the center of Birmingham. That's thick. Can't find it in settings, but the build menu have a hotkey. That's what annoyed me most about. Yeah, one moment. B is crafting. Shit, maybe it doesn't. I was sure it had one, like Shift B or some shit. No, it doesn't. There's more flint. That's flint as well. There's flint up there. Perfect. I didn't realise there was flint nearby me. I guess with how little I've explored, it doesn't shock me massively. But ooh! Not to my knowledge, Dan. Welcome out. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Someone's doing a weird stagger thing now when you shoot them, so it's kind of awkward. Oh. Okay, that's 2 more flint deposits.